Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to my channel if this is your first time, and welcome back to all of my viewers that watch my videos. I'm making this video because it's an inspirational video from the Crazypieces that they had posted about a week ago. It's taken me a week to make this video because I have not felt good. I still really don't feel good, and I'm hoping that I feel better soon. I want to get into this video, so let me get started. Their daughter, I really don't want to discuss that. You can go to their channel and watch it. It's their daughter, about their daughter, and they made it about a week ago. Anyways, this video is hard to do because it associates with my depression, my anxiety, my OCD, and my, it's called CPTSD. It's not PTSD, it's CPTSD. It's the complex post-traumatic stress disorder. I'm not going to get into everything, the reason why today for all of these reasons, but I do want to mention that I have a really hard time with my depression. And since COVID-19 and not being able to leave the house and not being able to go see people and just getting out, it's been very hard on my mental state. I'm vitamin D deficient. I live in the northern state of Michigan, so it's very hard to get sunlight. So I have to take vitamin D every day. I take 20,000 units of it a day. I used to take 50,000 units a week. It was prescribed to me. And I take 20,000 of it a day if I remember to take my vitamins and all of my other pills. So that's 20,000 at 7 days a week. That's 140,000-ish. But my body needs it. My body needs it bad. Sometimes I only take 10. I mean, if I'm feeling really, really good, I'll take 10. But that's rare, you guys. I do take, I take the zinc, the D. I take vitamin K. I take a lot of vitamins, you guys. And I take also, I was taking a multivitamin, but there's not really, you can't pack all of the vitamins in one pill. You can't get enough of it. So I stopped taking it, and I started taking the vitamins that were good for me, like the vitamin C. I take vitamin C every day. I take a lot of vitamins. Let's just put it that way, you guys. I have my window open. Usually I don't have my blinds. I'm sorry. Not window. It's too cold for the window right now, but I have my blinds open to get some sunlight in here. I usually sit in this front room in the dark, and I know that's depressing. You know, I talk to my family all the time, every day, especially my one sister, and she helps me. You know, a lot of people don't understand depression. A lot of people really don't. If people don't have it, they think that you're faking it, and it's not a fake to me. It's not. I've had depression almost my whole life. I've had anxiety, really bad anxiety, my whole life. I hated school. I hated it when I was younger because I was bullied. When I was in the second grade, I was bullied so bad that I didn't want to go to school. And it started depressing me because most of the kids teased me because I was an introvert. I mean, I seriously was so introverted that when I went out on the playground, my teachers would always, tell me, they had a social worker come to, sorry you guys, I got to check my chicken. They had a social worker come out to my mom and dad's house because they thought something was seriously going on in the home. And nothing was going on in the home at all. What it was is I was just so introverted that I didn't play with any of the kids. I had nothing in common with the kids. And a lot of the kids were mean. They were mean girls. So dealing with that, and then dealing with other things at that age, it was hard for me. It was so hard for me, in fact, excuse me, gotta turn the flame down. It was so hard for me, in fact, that I didn't know how to deal with it. When you're 7 years old, 8 years old, you don't know what it is. You don't know what's wrong. You think that you think that there's something seriously wrong with you. I used to sit in my room all the time. I had a record player. My mom and dad bought me musical things because I loved music. I was big into music. I was big into always wanting to play the piano. So that's what I did. I went in my room and I stayed in my room all the time. And I don't think at that time, because I mean, you got to think, that was 44 years ago when all this happened. Depression and anxiety was not really, it wasn't really a thing back then. I mean, it was, but a lot of people didn't realize it. A lot of people didn't understand what it was. And I had it. I had anxiety so bad. And it took a toll on me. It took a toll on me. And there were times that when I was younger, I always thought to myself, why am I here? You know? Sorry, you guys. Why am I here on this earth if I'm not happy? I'm not saying I wasn't a happy kid. I was a real happy kid, you know, with my family, my mom, my dad, and, you know, my siblings, you know, and my grandparents. My grandparents were like, oh my God, you know, you went over to their house and everything was just so happy, you know. I remember my grandmother, my mom's mom, I remember her running up to me and all the other kids, and she'd be like, my Hopi, and she'd hug me and kiss me, and it was so loving. My grandparents were so loving, all of them. And I am so thankful. I am so thankful for the loving family that I had, but I never told my mom, my family, about me being bullied. I never even told my older sister. And she's the one that really, she took care of me. It was so funny because she was 2 years older than me. She taught me how to cursive. She taught me a lot. So I was kind of a little ahead in school. And the teachers were like, they were amazed at what I could do. But they couldn't understand why when I went outside on recess that I would literally sit by a tree and be by myself. And that's just, again, who I was. I was very introverted. Oh my God, you guys, you don't even realize how introverted that I was. This happened for about 2 years, you know, the bullying. And one day, I think I might have posted this on another video, you guys. One day, one of the girls, she came up behind me on the sidewalk and she pulled my hair down, you know, to the ground. And my sister was behind her because I wanted to walk with my sister and she said no. Well, my sister seen it all happen and she came and she beat the crap out of this girl, I guess. I don't know. Well, come to find out, she was in prison back quite a few years ago. I mean, this was, you know, probably 20 years ago she was in prison. And she died. She died of an overdose. And, you know, I always felt bad for her as I grew up. I hated her when I was a kid, but as I grew up, I kind of felt bad for her because I don't know what her home life was. Her home life could have been really bad, really abusive. So I forgave her. I forgave her a long time ago, you know, but I'll never forget what she did. And that right there mentally just knocked me down, way low. So as time went by, everything's good. And now in the meantime of her doing this, my grandma got remarried, my dad's mom. And this man, he was pure evil. He was pure evil, you guys. He did things to me that are very, very inexcusable. I can just say that I don't think he ever went to heaven. He went to a bad place when he passed away. He passed away not long after, about a year after all this went down. It happened for a year, about a year. And my grandmother never knew. Well, she knows now. She's up in heaven. She's probably looking down on me every day. She knows it happened now. But she didn't know then. My dad will never know. He cannot ever know. Because my dad, when it comes to his children and his grandchildren, he is so protective. My dad is so protective of his kids and his grandkids. It's unbelievable. So if he ever found out what that man did to me, yeah, I can't. My dad probably would have killed him. I'm sure you all know. I'm not going to go back, and tell you all the whole story because it's probably on one of my previous videos. So in the meantime, okay, years go by, I'm still like introverted. I'm still like in my own mind, mentally, very sad person. Even though I was happy in my home life and everything, I was sad inside. I started doing like really weird things like, tapping my fingers and, making noises and just stuff like that. And that's when my OCD had started. My OCD with my numbers and my letters and just counting and everything. And I don't know if what he did to me had triggered my OCD. I really don't know. But my OCD can get really bad, you guys. It can get so bad that it drives me so crazy. The OCD drives me so crazy. And then I go into a panic attack. And then after my panic attack, I get so depressed. Because, like, again, you guys, I'm in my head. You can't really, you can't really tell people how you feel because you don't know. It's not that you don't know. You can't explain it. You can't explain to people what's going on because it's all in your head. I have days where I need a shower, but I don't because I'm so depressed. And sometimes I'm in a lot of pain with my lupus. My doggy's over there staring at me. She's probably like, why is my mama crying? But anyways, you can't really explain to people what's going on inside your head because sometimes you really can't explain it. And I've explained it to people, I really have, and I really think they think I'm lying and they don't understand what I'm going through mentally. And then, okay, years gone by, things happen, just little things to keep me down, And then in 1994, I met my ex-husband. And, we got along really good. We had not a lot in common, but we talked, he talked, we talked. I mean, it was like all night. It was like a 5-hour night that we talked. And we got along really, really well. And then, we went out a few times, at that time, darts was big, pool was big. So we went to a billiard, in Dart Hall. And that's where I met him. And then we went out a couple times. it wasn't a lot. You know, we went out like 2 times, and then all of a sudden I moved in with him. He's like, why don't you just move in with me? Well, where I lived and where he lived, it was like an hour drive. It was an hour drive. And a few months after I met him, now in 1994 I would have been 24 years old. So I'm still young, but I'm old enough to know better, but I was really naive. I came out of my shell probably when I was 19, 20 years old, but I didn't fully come out of my shell. And I was starting to, you know, get a little more extroverted, but not a lot. And again, you guys, I was naive. I wasn't not fully developed. My mental state wasn't fully developed because of what happened to me when I was little. So when I met him, you know, everything was really good. I moved in with him, and I didn't realize what he was doing. He was love bombing me. And he was very narcissistic. He was narcissistic, very abusive. And I didn't see this until it was too late, because he told me that my family didn't care about me because, you know, they never got a hold of me. And my family seen what was going on. And my mom can't just say, you need to, you know, because you can't do that. You can't tell your children or people not to be with somebody and to get away from them, because then that draws that person closer to them. Well, I was stupid, you guys. I was stupid. I believed everything he said. And again, he mentally, physically, emotionally, verbally, sexually, and narcissistically abused me for 17 years, you guys. 17 years. And in 2001, it was September of 2011, I'm sorry, not 2001, 2011, I had enough of it. I had enough of it and his mom, and I was like, I can't do this. So I got a hold of my sister on Facebook, and I asked her if I could come home. And she said, of course, yes you can. And it was all a big surprise to my parents. They had no idea. But I went through a lot. I went through a lot mentally. I started losing who I was before I met him. And I was so depressed. I was so depressed when I was with him. There were days I wanted to end my life. I know that's not a nice thing to say. I shouldn't be talking about something like that on YouTube. But I did. I really did. And it was hard. It was so hard to go through life. And I don't want any sympathy. I don't want anybody saying poor me, because I'm better now, you guys. I am so much better now. I'm in a better relationship, better life, better everything. So I'm making this video because I was inspired again by Crazypieces. And yes, I'm sorry, you guys, I gotta change hands. But my mental state is still not there, and I don't think it ever will be there, you guys. I have days where I have wanted to, like I said, end things. I do to this day. I have really bad days. I'm down on myself, and it's really hard. It's really hard. And I don't think a lot of people realize it. I really don't. But anyways, you guys, it's tough. It's really tough when you go through these things. And what really sucks is my anxiety, between my anxiety, my OCD, and my depression, it all fights with each other. It's days on end, days on end, days on end. I can't go to bed without certain things being done in the house. Now, it's not OCD. I don't think it's my OCD. It's just my anxiety. if I go to bed with having one dish in the sink, one dish that is soaking, I have anxiety knowing that I didn't get things accomplished. And it sucks. Depression is real. Anxiety is real. OCD is real. And PTSD. Between all that stuff that happened and being in the military, because I was in for a very short time, and it wasn't really the military, it was the basic training. It was the basic training that made my PTSD worse. My nerves were on end. Oh my God. Like I said, you guys, it's really, really hard. So when you meet somebody and they tell you that they have depression and or anxiety and or OCD and or PTSD, listen to them, be kind, be nice to the people, because you don't know what they're going through. I'm always kind to everybody because I don't know what they've been through in life. And I don't want to put my feet in their shoes, because if anybody were to ever think I want to put my feet in your shoes, let them see what I've gone through in life, because it was hard. I'm not saying that I've been through worse than other people. Other people have been through so much worse than I have. I mean, my life is a piece of cake, I'm sure, to most people that have ever been through. So, what I am trying to say, though, is just be kind to everybody, because you don't know what they're going through. And if you ever feel the need or the want to do something that you shouldn't be doing, get some help. Really get some help. I'm seriously trying to get help through my Medicaid and this place that I'm going to, and I'm still trying to find a therapist. I have a psychologist or psychiatrist that I've been talking to, and I've been talking to a lot of the people there, and it's really hard because the place is so big, and they want you to do this kind of therapy, they want you to do this kind of therapy, and I just want somebody to talk to. I don't necessarily want medication for it, because I've been on medication for it, and it hurts more than it helps. And another thing, you guys, that I am bipolar. I was diagnosed with bipolar about 3 years ago, and the psychiatrist told me that I had bipolar, and I told him he was crazy, and I walked out. And now that I think about it, I am, and I'm aware that I have it, and I try to work around it. I try, if I have high days and if I have a low day, because my low days are low. When I have a high day, I think to myself, oh crap, what am I going to do tomorrow? What's going to happen to me tomorrow? Because I'm manic. I'm totally manic. I mean, I'll have days where I'm like, oh my God, I'm running around the house, and, I'm like way on cloud 9. That's not good. That is totally not good. And then the next day, I feel like death. I feel like I can't get up off the couch. I can't do anything. I'm so depressed and those are the days where I want to do something to myself. And the first thing I do is I think about my nephew, and I think about my family, and I think about how could they go on without me? I mean, not that, I'm the most important person in the world, but what would happen if I did something? What would happen to these kids? That would totally mess their minds up. Just like my mind was messed up. I can't do that. I can't. My heart is too big for that. But anyways, you guys, I'm trying not to cry. Anyways, I should get off here because I need a shower. I haven't had a shower in 5 days. Yes, well, I've taken a bath. I have taken a bath and cleaned myself, but my hair needs to be washed, and I need to sit down and do my self meditation for about 15 minutes. So if you guys, I know you probably didn't enjoy the video, but if you feel that you need to talk to somebody, like I said, please get help. If you have any questions or comments, just leave them below in the box in the comment section, and I can answer any of your questions. If you have any questions about, happenings or whatever, I can answer them. So if you're not yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button if you want to subscribe, and hit the bell so you guys can be notified of any videos that I post in the future. And give this video a like if you liked it, and give the video a thumbs down if you didn't like it. I mean, I don't know, but I just wanted to tell my story of my depression and anxiety, and it's real, you guys. It's real. I'll see you later. Bye.